Hello, team fighting for more in 2024. We are rocking and rolling. I cannot believe how quickly time is passing by. We are officially starting week 7 of our 9-week health and wellness challenge. There are several different categories. There's core, there's health, there's strength, and there's fat loss. And no matter where you are in your health and wellness journey, we all enjoy feeling better. And I think Michelle and I can both affirm that we are feeling better and better with each passing day and each commitment to yourselves. Congratulations. You're out of your cast,
No,
Michelle?
I mean, around the house, I can be out of it.
Got it. Got it. Well, the inflammation looks great. So, congratulations on that. And even if you're injured, I had a foot injury for 2 years. And I started the health and wellness challenge sitting in a chair and lifting my legs up and moving side to side. There's all sorts of things you can do seated. So what I've learned is that there really are no excuses. Even if you're flat on your back, you can do exercises. So if you're curious about that, reach out to either one of us because we both have had interesting journeys, and we're fighting for it because it's 2024, so we're fighting for more. So a couple of quick announcements before we start. One is I'm going to share my screen because this is only available for 5 days. um, we are part of the JuvaFit Commit Challenge, and Juva has some amazing health and wellness supplementation. And I know the ginger and turmeric has been life changing for me, but I've also added the M Fight capsules. And so if you order something every single month, you can get this for $65 a month. If you just want to try it one time, it's just $74 plus shipping plus postage. And it just really the combination, I like that they called it the trifecta because it is a winning combo. Ginger and turmeric have been around for decades, and they are known for their anti-inflammatory and healthy benefits. If you're curious, go to pubmed.gov and just search ginger and turmeric. And by the way, if you take ginger and turmeric together, then the turmeric doesn't seem to upset people's stomach. So if you add black pepper, our M-Fight capsules contain high concentrations of polyphenols, especially heart-healthy resveratrol, and used daily, they help fight sickness and unhealthy situations that arrive at this time of the year, right? Because we're eating sugar, because Halloween is knocking on our door, and we're not really eating as healthfully as we normally would throughout the year. So I just wanted to put this up real quick. If you're interested in ordering, please let one of us know and we'll get you set up. And I don't want to waste time on the call about that. But the other thing is the move of the week is a reverse lunge and a side twist. And you're twisting towards the front leg. So if you're stepping back, you're going to twist towards the leg that stayed to the front. And this is a wonderful movement because it engages the glutes, it engages the thighs, it engages lots of big muscles. And so the challenge that we have is doing it for a minute. You can always do it more if you're challenging yourself. So a minute or more every single day for at least 6 days out of the week. I try to do it all 7 days because I really am enjoying these movements. The purpose of these moves of the week is to engage your core more and also to increase side to side movement, and even like the reverse lunges, excuse me, that will help you with your sense of balance. And as we age, balance is a critical thing to maintain for ourselves. So that's the announcements. Every week we have what's called a JuvaFit Commit call, and people that are engaged in the challenge get to have 15 to 20 minutes of education. And we have been educating people on how to hydrate, how to count your macros. If that makes your head spin like it does mine, we can help you with that, how to track your food, how to get proper sleep, how to eat nutritionally sound foods, just how to reduce inflammation, balance hormone. It's more than just a diet program. I think a lot of people misunderstand that there's food choices and lifestyle choices, as you like to say, Michelle, that this is a lifestyle change. And what we found is that most of us don't want to deviate from a lifestyle change once we commit 9 weeks to it. There's still time to sign up. You can do amazing things in 21 days, 22 days. So reach out to us if you're interested, because it's always nice to have people dabble their feet in it. Last night, JuvaFit Commit Call talked about this time of the year where we're getting sick, we're stressed, the holidays add stress, stress lowers your immune system, a lowered immune system invites colds and viruses to enter our bodies. And we do have an amazing product called True Silver. I won't spend a lot of time. If you want the video, I can certainly share it with you. But silver that we create in an alkaline environment is the bomb diggity. And the co-founder of our company actually educated us last night and said that he's watched the silver under a microscope explode viruses and bacteria. And so I know I don't travel with it. I always have the silver in my car. Even when I pump gas, I just don't not have it around, but it's an amazing product as well. But enough about our amazing products, because we are here as a health and wellness challenge. So, Michelle, we are starting week 7. Tell me 2 things. Tell me what's challenging you, and tell me what you've learned so far from all of these calls that we've had, because I think the education is just underrated when we talk about these challenges.
Well, thank you, Melissa, for having me on the call. And I really learn so much each challenge. Sometimes you're relearning things that you're like, oh, I forgot about. Last night's training, if you get a chance to go back and see what Grant Pace has to say about silver, it was unbelievable. His training was so good, and the studies that have been done using silver to help protect us, right, against bacteria in particular, and just the history of using silver and how safe our silver is. That is not going to give us that long-term
Blue man effect.
right. No, it's not going to do that. So our silver can be used for so many purposes. So like Melissa said, if you're wanting to really protect yourself this winter, it's an amazing product. And they asked Grant, what is your one product? If you could just buy one thing, like there would be 5 things for me. I can't live without 6. I can't live without. But he said silver was at the top of his list. He's been using it for a long time. He travels the world. He has done many mission projects in other countries, South America in particular, where they've lived there long term, in and out of hospitals, helping people and assisting. So they have to be healthy to do that. And I really appreciated his take and reminder during the beginning of our flu and virus season.
Agreed, agreed. So what's been your challenge these first 6, 7 weeks?
Well, I think as we go into fall, my favorite recipes have a lot of carbs. So I'm really doing well this challenge. Maybe okay, a spoonful of rice, or and then I'm having my keto version of the same recipe. So for example, yesterday I made a beef and broccoli with rice, but I made rice for the rest of the people in my home. For me, I made my cauliflower rice.
Oh, there
And
you go. So what does that do exactly?
well, it just lowers my carb intake with the vegetables. And then I take the recipe, it called for sugar. Of course, I didn't use real sugar. I always use my stevia or whatever I have on hand. And it called for 3 tablespoons. No way. I did 1 tablespoon of stevia, and it was delicious. It was so satisfying, and I felt so good.
And this is something that we talk about on the JuvaFit Commit calls, like reducing sugars, reducing carbohydrates, because carbohydrates turn into sugar in your body, and that causes inflammation. And we
Right.
don't like
Right.
inflammation. It doesn't feel very good in the body, right? So,
And you can tell
congratulations.
when you clean up your diet. So I'm not really going for keto per se. I'm going for clean eating. I'm going for clean ingredients. I am going for lowering the sugar and carb intake. I don't need, we have a hockey player, he needs 300 carbs in his diet. He's a hockey player at a very high level. I don't need 300 carbs a day. I don't. I'm older and I'm getting, 10,000 or 7,500 steps in a day, right in that target range. So yeah, we can modify, and it wasn't hard to modify the recipe. I had to modify one ingredient, and then if you wanted it on rice, then it was two ingredients. I did the cauliflowered rice. So it's
Great.
taking the same recipe and just being cognizant. And in
So if
today's
I'm hearing
world,
you right, then you're choosing you while you're still providing your family with whatever lifestyle they choose to do. So it doesn't have to be a keto diet or a Mediterranean diet or an athletics diet, because hockey players burn up a lot of calories. So you are choosing you first and then modifying according to the people that you're cooking for. Congratulations. That's
right,
awesome.
just think that controlling, I love cooking at home. I'm to the point where I love cooking at home more than eating out because I can control all the ingredients, all the seed oils, all the things that give me inflammation. If I just do a day or two of that on a road trip, for example, when I moved from Canada down, I felt so inflamed by the time we arrived. The lack of movement, the maybe not so clean eating, even though I packed some really nice snacks. So, and in today's world, um, yeah, I just think Juba is so helpful for helping us.
Excellent, excellent. So what are you focused on for the next 3 weeks? Because we officially have 20 days left in this challenge. I know you're not going to starve yourself to death so you can lose X amount of pounds on the scale, because sometimes the scale and the inches around our waist, right? And how your clothes feel is also a win. So what
So
are you focused on the next 3 weeks?
I think just staying on track, not just the next 3 weeks, but beyond, allowing myself that Thanksgiving splurge, but just staying consistent and persistent. It really is a lifestyle change. And once you have the right ingredients in your home to do some simple cooking, it's not hard. It
Great.
takes a while for your mindset to get changed. Like, oh, do I need regular sugar in this recipe? No, you really do not. And I just don't feel well if I even do a little splurge. Like my body is to the point where I notice right away I have arthritis pain. I'm healing broken bones in my wrist. So I have to just stay at it. So
Great.
cool.
Well, I think part of the thing for me is the tracking. If I get off track and I haven't been tracking, now I have to think back. What did I eat yesterday? Why is my body like this? Why are my bowel movements different? Because your bowels will tell you a lot about your health and wellness. People don't understand it. They think it's a nasty thing to discuss, but it's a big deal when you're trying to focus on your own health and wellness. Too much protein, not enough fat, not enough hydration, your poops tell you a lot. They really do. But for me, my focus is on holding myself accountable with the daily movement. I've been doing more strengthening exercises, which I feel myself getting stronger again. I can feel the muscle tone coming back into my body, which I'm really appreciating that very much. And my focus for the next 3 weeks is to continue to make healthy food choices for myself. Ask myself before I walk to the refrigerator, because sometimes working at home is a little slippery slope, and asking myself, are you hungry, or are you just kind of taking a break and the refrigerator's looking at you? Because it's all about cognizant, you know, non-dissonance, if you will, being aware of your choices. And getting up earlier and earlier in the morning to walk further and further so that I at least have that movement in first thing in the morning, because there's something about honoring myself first thing when I get up that feels good. And then that mental clarity allows me to say, okay, you started out good, so let's keep on track. So,
Mhm.
any final nuggets or pointers, or actually, I want to know what your aha moment this challenge is.
Hmm. My, I don't know if it's an aha is as much as a reaffirmation of prior knowledge that is in my head, but I stuffed away. Like just substituting simple ingredients. I don't have to stick to the same 5 recipes or whatever to do.
Right.
So I think knowing that I can play around with my carbs, I don't have to be low carb all the time. I just need to be aware of the ingredients. So I knew that, but I'm practicing it in different ways, and I'm in a new place, so I'm having to find out, where do I shop, where do I buy these things. There's more temptations in US shopping, absolutely, than in Canadian shopping. It was so simple in Canada to shop the perimeters, get everything I need in one store. That's not true here. There's a lot more sugar, additives, food coloring, dyes that just are not good for us. So I'm just
My
playing.
aha moment is been that um I don't eat as much right now and I'm surviving. Um, I know a lot of people like eat ever so many hours, and I believe that you really need to give your body a chance to process what's in it and not keep overloading it. There's different schools of thought on that. I'm able to fast longer and be okay. I'm also noticing that I'm hydrating more because hydration does fill me up. So I'm asking myself, are you hungry or just maybe thirsty? So if I drink water and I feel full, then probably I needed hydration. That's been my biggest aha moment this challenge, is really hyperhydrating, and just being aware of tracking how much water I drink, because when it's hot out, like it's getting hot down here again, when it's hot out, I need more than 64 ounces of water a day. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to process the foods that I eat. Final thoughts, Michelle.
Let's keep at it. We are worth it. We are worth making some simple, good choices. And it's not perfect, and no one's expecting perfection, but just getting yourself to a healthier place feels so good. Like to have your health and to have movement. I lost that a little bit with breaking my foot and my wrist, and I'm getting back movement, and I'm able to chop and cut and cook more with my wrist. And I'm just so grateful.
Well, congratulations. You're looking fantastic. And actually, in our news feed not too long ago, a picture of the two of us cropped up, and I'm like, wow, we're aging backwards. So I'm enjoying the aging backwards concept. But my final thoughts are truly, truly, truly the daily accountability. And I know that we do this after the challenge as well with various team members. The daily accountability has been everything for me, because there are days when I get up in the morning and all I want to do is sip on coffee, sit in my jammies, and sit on my behind and do a big fat nada, and I won't feel good. So it's nice to have people rallying with you and cheering you forward, whatever your goals are. So thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you being on this call and holding me accountable, because sometimes I get sluggish and you tell me what you're going to do. And I'm like, oh, dear God, I need to step up my game here. So,
No, I think you have a dog that's dragging you along on those walks. Russ,
well, yes, Roscoe has become quite the personal trainer.
right.
This morning we walked a pretty good pace, And we only walked probably 1.25 miles because I have a busy day today. So I didn't have as much time as I would normally want to. But man, he is very energetic, high energy puppy. And he definitely set the pace. So anybody who lives by me, you can borrow my dog if you want to get your bums kicked by a little 11-pound mutt.
They keep us honest. And I honestly, my dog just literally looks at me in the morning until I walk her. Like by 7:30, she wants to walk. And she's not accepting no for an
Well,
answer. So she's my
Roscoe
little
is
trainer.
67% Chihuahua and will keep jumping up and down like a jumping bean until I take him out. So, yeah, unless I want him jumping all over me, um, and he's got some hip problem from the jumping. So, anyways, thank you for being on the call. Thank you for holding me accountable. Thank you to the team for holding me accountable because there are days when I don't feel it like anybody else does. But, as captain, I keep telling myself I became captain to help people to aspire to keep at it. So keep at it, Michelle. We've got 20 days. Let's rock it. Let's go. And let's fight for more in 2024.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
Melissa.
day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.